Hey everyone, it's Tuesday Tornado Tips, April 28th. I'm your host, John Edlin, and this is episode 10. And some exciting news as we roll into May. I actually want to take questions from you. So here is where you send your questions info at tornadosmart.com. Info at tornadosmart.com. Send me your questions about tornadoes. Send me your questions about preparedness, what happens after a tornado. I mean, maybe you're watching this and your community's been hit by a tornado. Maybe you're watching this and hopefully not, but you've been affected or hit by a tornado and you're wondering what to do. I remember after my family was hit by an EF3 tornado on March 3rd, 2020, those weeks afterwards were just a blur. And there was so much to do. Insurance and telling family and friends that we're okay, but we're not okay. And they're like, how can we help? And we're like, we don't know. I mean, there's a lot. So if you know somebody who's been impacted by all these severe storms that have gone through the Midwest and Dixie Alley and even all the way up to Chicago and Minnesota, I mean, they're everywhere this April. It's been a very active season, April 2026. So chances are that you might know somebody who has been affected by the tornado. And I just want to encourage you to encourage them. Encourage them that they're going to get through this, that it's going to be okay. And this is not necessarily a plug for my book, but I did write down my experience in my book, Tornado Survival Guide. I'll put a link in the notes. You can buy that for them as well. It's a $5, really small book because I didn't want it to overwhelm anybody who had gone through a tornado. But the last two chapters are so important, talking about insurance, talking about PTSD, things that tornado survivors deal with. And that's my heart is during this tornado season to keep your family safe. And then if the worst case scenario happens and you are hit by a tornado, then you know what to do. Or even more likely, if your community or a friend or family member is hit by a tornado, that you'll know what to do to come alongside of them and help them. And I say more likely just because, there's one person who gets hit by a tornado and multiple people, like a ripple effect, multiple people are trying to help. And so the chances that somebody who's in that ripple is listening more than just the one person who got hit, that's what I mean by that. We all need to be prepared. We all need to be ready for a tornado or a severe weather event. I mean, this past few weeks, I live in Kansas City. Like, we had tornado warnings all over the place, but we also had severe thunderstorms that were producing 60, 80 mile per hour winds that were knocking down trees and hail was going through the windows. And so, you need to be prepared for that as well. And I kind of realized like I've been going off of my own thoughts and things that I'm thinking that are important, but I want to hear from you. I want to hear in May, I want to hear some questions from you. Info at tornadosmart.com. Just send an email there and we'll respond. Say thank you so much for your question. And then tune in to see, if that's one that we picked. My guess is there'll be a lot of kind of the same questions. So I'll kind of compile them. I'm not necessarily going to say, exactly who sent the question, but it gives me an understanding of what are you interested in hearing more about and how can I come alongside of you and help you. And that's again something that I really feel passionate about. I've created this tornado go bag out of a place where I would give talks about overcoming adversity. I'd go into a place and just say, "Hey, this is how I overcame an adverse situation," knowing that it would touch a lot more people than, "Hey, this is how you prepare for a tornado." But what I found was is that people afterwards would say, I want to know how to protect my family from a tornado. I want to know what you would have done differently. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I would have done so much differently, right? I mean, honestly, like I was not prepared for the tornado at all. And I had a little family and I didn't protect them the way that I could have if I would have been prepared. So that's how the tornado go bag got started. And it's really in its first year, it's just at the very beginning of this journey of helping people become more and more prepared. I've been talking to tornado shelter companies about how we can use my 6 session course on tornado safety to help whenever they sell a shelter. They're not just selling a shelter, they're selling education as well. I've been talking to the local news stations about partnering up with them for their weather school and helping again just educate people about how to stay safe this tornado season. And it's been so cool to see things start to take off, and there's a few documentaries and things that are all in play. Actually, this Friday we just released a 30-minute documentary on my story. Now it talks a little bit more about how I built Edlin Tornado Solutions and all that kind of stuff. So it's more about business, I guess, than how to be prepared. But it's really cool to see because people will watch that and say, "Yeah, wow, this can really happen." And I want to take steps to be prepared too. And just understand, like for me, it's not about you buying the Edlin Tornado Go bag. It's about you taking being prepared seriously, having the information that you need in order to do that, not overthinking things. Like just create your own do it yourself go bag. Grab an old backpack and throw in a lantern and a first aid kit and, all the things that you need. Some helmets are good. Obviously, like I am a huge proponent of extra gauze pads and whistle and all the things that I throw into that bag, but it's made so that you can put in what you know is important for your family. This bag is just the essentials, but every family is different. A pet's leash. If you don't have a pet, you're not going to put it in there. Keys and wallet. I'm not putting the keys and wallet in there to stay there the whole time. I'm grabbing them. I'm having a plan. I'm thinking. I'm educating myself on what would I do when there's a tornado watch. I'm going to have that bag put up in my safe spot so my whole family knows exactly where to go. I'm going where the bag is, and I'm putting my wallet and keys in there when the tornado watch is there so I know where they're at because I was looking for my wallet and keys forever. I'm going to put my dog's leash in there. And this is just a leash you use all the time. You don't have to go buy an extra leash. Don't overthink it. Just grab the leash that you use with your dog every day, put it in there, and then take it out when the tornado threat is gone. It's that simple, but people overcomplicate it. They don't have a plan. They don't think it's going to happen to them. But then when it does, they wish they would have had a plan. And I know that because I lived it. So, be prepared this tornado season. I'm going to put a link down, obviously, like I mentioned, for my book, for the Tornado Go Bag, if you want that, for my course, and also for the documentary that just released on Friday, just for your enjoyment. But my goal and my passion is that you will be prepared. Ask the questions that you have. You can always email me at info@tornadosmart.com with any questions. So please write your questions into info@tornadosmart.com. The whole month of May, Tuesday Tornado Tips is going to be answering your questions. So get them in there and keep watching. And thanks for staying safe this tornado season.